Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a review on a winter cover for Aurora. It's from a company called Kapell Annat, based in the south of Sweden. And actually, if you remember when we bought the boat, we didn't choose to go with the standard Hansa covers and the spray hood and everything because we were recommended a better product from this company. So that's why we have no qualms or no hesitation actually to do a slight collaboration on this to review their product and to see how this winter cover is. So there's two choices that you can go with. There's either PVC or there's a material called Fibertex, which apparently breathes a lot better, so you don't get as much mold over the winter period. But yeah, this is the first year that we're going to test this. Previously we've been wrapping the boat in what do you call it, crimp plast in Swedish, but shrink wrap in English, which is okay, but I don't necessarily trust the people that are doing it because there's scratches that can appear and things like this, you know, and when they're actually doing it, and it costs quite a lot as well. It costs around €1,000 a year. And if you add the cost up of the cover, it's going to pay itself off within 4 or 5 years anyway.
Not to talk about the environmental issue with all of the plastic. That feels so horrible every year when we take it off. The amount of sheets of plastic. Yeah. So I'm really happy we're going with this solution. Yeah, and they do recycle the plastic, but still. Yeah. It's nice to go with a more, I don't know, renewable solution or sustainable, you call it, yeah. So let's get to it, you know, it's the first time we've put this on, so we didn't find any instructions. I don't think there is any instructions, so I think we just have to, well, take all of the pieces out and figure out how to go. Exactly. So we've actually looked at a few other boats that have gone with a similar solution, so we're slightly copying them. So anyway, let's get to it and see how this goes. It's like Christmas. I actually don't know where this is going, but okay, well, we just put it out on the deck and see how it looks, huh? I think the first time we do it, it's going to be hard, but then after that we're just going to know it. So it's only 2 pieces. Yeah. So that's the back piece. Alright, but we'll figure it out up there. So we got the front piece off, but we've just got to work out whether it goes on top of the forestay or the furler, even forestay furler, or not. Are you winning? I think so. There's holes for the cleats, and they made it quite clever because there comes like a zipper from each side, so you can really get it snug around the cleats. So guys, we're getting there, but it seems a fairly easy-ish process so far, and it zips nicely together at the mast there. And probably, if we're doing this right, then we pull this down. There's little zips that go around the cleats there, and then we can go around with the ladder and actually tie. There we go. Actually tie weights around. Well, we've got the cover on now, and it seems like we need to prop it up more at the bow. I'll show you that in a second. Well, I need to basically make some wood and then put some plastic protection on top of the wood to prop it up a bit, just to keep the snow off, hopefully. It seems like on the website that everyone is using these grey plastic bags to put sand in and whatever to weight the cover over the side of the boat. We can't find these plastic bags anywhere, or PVC bags, so we're going to have to improvise something together and then call the company on Monday to hopefully get them to send them, because maybe they've forgotten to put them in or something like that. A little bit annoying, but yeah, we'll get it working, we'll get it done. So right now we're finding empty containers basically and filling them with water, and then tying them to the side just for, well, just temporarily before we sort out actually what we need to do. It's looking good though so far. I think the first year is going to be a bit of a trial and error, you know, just, I mean, it's taking us longer right now because we don't know what we're doing with it or whatever, but we're getting there.
But once we've got everything in place and once we know how it works, it's going to be a very quick and easy process. So I've just been and climbed up on the bowsprit or the peaker up there and just tied down the front, so the furler is nice and covered now, so that'll stop discoloring, I think. Well, slow it down at least, you know, it's nice and protected under there. But yeah, that strap at the front is a bit too short at the moment, so we need to extend that a bit. Yeah, that's not too difficult though. I'll just put 2 straps together or something. But I think for next time I need to start at the very front there and tie down all the front first and make sure that's sorted out, and then work back from there. So yeah, until next time. There's a guy over there at the moment just doing the plastic wrap at the moment. Let me tell you, that takes a long time also. Hey guys, it is another day, and last time I ended up in a bit of a rush actually, because this time of year, you know, the sunset goes down, well, the sun goes down at around about 3:30. So I ended up in a bit of a rush because I didn't have all the stuff, all the ropes to go with the cover here. Because I didn't have all the things, I got in contact with Kapell Annat, and they said, oh, sorry about that, you know, honest mistake, we just forgot to put in all the bags to go around the boat. And we forgot to put in all the ropes as well, so that's why it took me a little bit longer last time. But now they've sent it, so I've got that for the future. But what they did say is that if the boat is on land, it's better actually to put rope from the side skirt there all the way under the boat to the other side of the side skirt, so that basically none of the wind can start lifting it up in any way. And this gives me a lot more confidence in the cover actually, because it really brings it down nice and tight, and it's a really good fit for this boat actually. So I'm actually working with 3 ropes at a time here, just to make it easier, so I don't have to move the ladder so much from one side to the other and vice versa. On the one side I'm putting in just a bowline, just to tie 2 of these together and then bring the rope through. And then on the final side I'm actually putting a rolling hitch on there, so I can really maintain the tension on there, and it's working well so far. So yeah, let's get to it. And guys, it's as simple as that, you know. I haven't done every single loop because again, Kapell Annat advised me that you only need to do every sort of stanchion where the gaps are. So you can do those 2 together and you save a bit of rope, and it seems to be working pretty well so far. So the company has actually done a really good instruction video on YouTube to show you exactly the best techniques of installing this cover online. So I'll put the link in the description for that, so you can check it out and learn from the pros. One thing I might do better next year is actually doing individual lines from all of the loops and then putting tightening connectors underneath the boat, so I can come by every so often and just tighten it up really easily as and when required. That would also enable me to leave all the lines attached while in the bag. Next year when I put it on, I can just go around, connect all the loops together underneath, and it will save me a lot of time. One little trick I did was actually release the kicker a little bit on the boom to give a little bit of pressure on the cover to make it really stable, really nice and tight, so hopefully the snow is gonna fall off. Totally done with the cover now, you know, it's all locked down, it's tied down, it looks really nice. And actually Kapell Annat, they sent by the extension for the bow here, so I could get that just perfect, so that's really nice to see. It fits so well actually. 2 guys came by about 6 months ago and did all the fitting and all the measurements and everything like that, so yeah, everything just fits perfectly with the stanchions. It's a custom made cover. They are using the same template to do more 418s, I think. It looks really good, you know. I do have my concerns a little bit about the snow falling off this thing, but it is solid, it's nice and tight now, and actually I've been told that there's some webbings inside, I can see them now actually, to do some more tightening on the cover. But I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. But so far this looks absolutely superb, and like I said before, you have the choice of 2 different materials. You can go with a PVC, or we've chosen to go with the Fibertex. And the PVC is a little bit stronger, and you should apparently use that up in the north where it snows a lot more and there's a lot of heavy snow coming on it. But in Stockholm, yes, we can get heavy snow sometimes, but it's not sort of constant, if you know what I mean. Up at the front there, I did actually run a rope from the mast down to the forestay, and that will help the cover sort of maintain rigidity on the top piece. But I've also cut a bit of wood, and I've actually used one of these plastic covers underneath as well to really give it some structure underneath as well, because when it does snow, hopefully a lot